time to conversate. Same convo on your airwaves. Bamba came to entertain and Kenny talking anime. Carla coming with the sports, they changing lives in major ways. You was tweaking out if TAC ain't on your playlist. If you come and listen, then you listen to the best. They not worried about the others, cause they better than the rest. Kenny, Carla, bomb, but they put the others to the test. New episode flow, now tap in to see what is next.
Welcome back. This is the same convo with your same host, Kenny, Carlil, and Bamba. And today I got the anime segment. Before we start to get into the segment, I do want to ask you guys which animes y'all been watching recently and what do you think about them? Let's start off with Kenny.
What I've been watching recently?
Yeah.
Well, this is awkward because I haven't really been watching anything, but let me hold on. Let me look at my list. Let me look. Cause I think I just finished something before. Go to Bomba first. Come back to me.
Okay. Big Bambi.
Been rewatching the saga of Tanya the Evil. It's a isekai, but it's a different, like a really different twist on isekai. This is I would say a consultant that was really mean, and he ended up doing something to one of his clients, and his client couldn't forgive him. So when he was on his way home from work, the client pushed him on the rail to the train. But then kind of God intervened and like freeze his time and then like offered him to get reincarnated. Because he's a horrible person, but he just don't give a fuck about God. Names God being X. And yeah, basically God is just like, you're toying with me. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. And the setting of this is like basically World War II, I would say.
Okay.
And they're magicians. But Tanya, the MC, is a little girl. It's really action packed. The animation is crazy. First time I watched it was during the pandemic. I didn't like it. I don't know how, but it's 12 episodes, really quick, really well made. Everyone should check it out for sure.
Okay. That's what's up. Me myself, I've been keeping up with specifically. I haven't seen the most recent episodes of Fairy Tail, 100-Year Quest, but 1,000-Year Blood War. I've been keeping up with. Tower of God.
Been some new episodes.
The Tower of God, yeah, and then what was I about to say? Dragon Ball Daima. Everything as far as what I've seen so far, it's been solid. I will say with the start of the workshop battle on Tower of God, it is a little, I won't call it slow, but it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. But again, it is the start. They'll probably get into some, like, they just introduced a character. I can't remember his name, but literally nobody touched him in the start of the workshop battle, in the qualifying battle. He literally went and put his staff in a hole, and like the one person that did try to get close to him, he blew his head off. So I think we about to get into some shit, but I will say the most interesting thing that's happened so far is Bomb's old teammates when he started climbing the tower in season 1, they're starting to catch on to who he really is. So, and then Dragon Ball Daima, again, y'all know what I had to say about it the other day, but 4 episodes in, I really like the fact that it's getting back to what made Dragon Ball is getting back to the adventure aspect of it, and we're learning a lot of different things that are answering a lot of different plot holes in the Dragon Ball franchise. And so like I said, nothing too exciting other than them being turned into kids and going to the demon realm so far, but I will say as far as what is developing into, it definitely has potential. And then as far as Bleach, peak is peak. Peak is peak. Yu Havaha is pissing me off, but peak is peak.
But there's an enemy in Dragon Ball Z named Peak.
No, I'm saying Bleach. It's peak.
I gotta watch the new episodes.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it. So what I've tapped into so far, the Elusive Samurai is like that. The Elusive, I think I finished this season is what I did. But me and Bamba was watching this anime called Kingdom. It reminds me a lot of Kingdom. I don't know which one is better, honestly. It's very close. It's very close.
Gotta go with Kingdom, man.
Kingdom is tough. Kingdom is like that. Kingdom is like that. Once you get past like the first 5 episodes, oh my God. It is like that.
Story.
I'm mad they stopped dubbing it. So I would have to sit down and actually like read it to continue it.
I haven't finished it too. That's a crazy
Yeah, I'm on
part.
season 4. I'm right where they stopped doing the dub. So I gotta tap back in. But the Elusive Samurai for sure. I had started watching the 100 Year Quest. I started watching it. I can't remember why I stopped watching it. I gotta tap back in, but I started it. It was
Here you go. Here you go.
just hear me out, bro. Where I
As
stopped.
you started watching it, how many episodes did you get into?
I got it pretty deep. So I stopped at the part where they came back from the 100 Year Quest early to check on the guild, and everybody was like mind controlled.
Bruh. Okay. So he at least got past the water god.
Yeah, I got past the water god.
Water god,
I passed
Igni,
the
and
water
all
god.
that. Okay.
It was cool. Um, yeah, it was cool. So I saw why you said Natsu can now like go into spirit realms and stuff, and I
But
saw
that's not even
why
as far as most impressive. As far as most impressive, Natsu's up there. As far as most impressive, Wendy got it, dog.
Wendy.
As far as where the story is at now,
I don't think I've seen it though.
what they just gave her like a few episodes ago is OP. And
What's the cat?
she
What are the
only
cats' names? What are those cats' names?
Xyz.
Yeah, okay. There's a new XC.
Yeah. As far as what they gave, and it was only a quarter of the power. That's the crazy part about it.
1%.
Like 1%. That's crazy. But yeah, you'll get there once you get back into it.
Wait, isn't the Exceed also the white with the whiteout the white person?
White Mage.
The white mage, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm on that part. I'm not gonna lie. I might be wild for this, but like I said, I don't think I even finished that part yet. But I'm like, I've seen this before. This is very Black Clover coded when the elves took over, was taking over the people in Black. I'm like, this is literally the same thing in Black Clover.
But it came out before though.
You mean like the manga?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's fair. But as far as anime goes, Black Clover did it first, and I saw Black Clover first.
I can't remember if it was exactly like Black Color, so I ain't got no comment on that.
It's not exactly like it, but it is very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like the teammates, all your allies get brain controlled.
Specifically the white.
It's like a whole arc of you fighting your allies.
The outfit and everything.
Yeah, like even the outfit and everything. It's very, very, and it's already a show about magic and being a wizard. So it's hard not to draw that comparison. Also,
Yep.
Bombo, your third hat of the night is fire. I like it. But yeah, that's what I've been watching.
Okay. All right. So, I like to start my segments with a little quick anime update. But for what we're doing today, I thought it would be fun to put some characters on Fraud Watch, man. So I honestly, and I apologize for just sending it to y'all today. I was just trying to make sure I got all the research that I needed done. But I went and basically researched all the popular characters in anime that the community thinks are frauds and why they think they're frauds. And so I came up with a list of 10 characters. Those characters are Sasuke from Naruto, Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z, Sukuna from JJK, Shinji from Bleach, Mihawk from One Piece, Byakuya from Bleach, Neji from Naruto, All for One from My Hero Academia, Rengoku from Demon Slayer, and Enel from One Piece. Now, like I said, I wanted to specifically focus on fan favorites because when you look up biggest frauds in anime, you get the typical the Hercules, Usopp, Reagan. I was like, that's gonna be too easy for us. So I really want us to because again, these are popular characters. So we're gonna go. Do y'all want to do 1 through 10 or 10 through 1? Like where y'all want to start? Y'all want to start at number 1 or start at number 10?
I don't remember who's on the list.
Sorry, I got my phone pulled up so I can have the list. Oh, you're using your phone, Bomba.
I mean, I wouldn't look at the list anyway, since we can
let's just start with the top of the list with Sasuke.
All right, that's a bet. So, number 1 is Sasuke. Again,
I can honestly give an answer for this whole list. Honestly,
look, doing research from the community. I've gotten this from several platforms. So I've been on TikTok, I've been through Reddit, I've been on Quora, I've been on comic book. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like a website. It's called like CBC, something like that. Watch Mojo. I've been through everything. So the reasons why people say that Sasuke is a fraud, he's the biggest flexer in anime. He doesn't have any major one-on-one W's. He hasn't been as strong as Naruto since before the water tower incident. And Naruto and Itachi spared him on multiple occasions. So, with those specific reasons, do y'all think the Sasuke fraud watch is legitimate, or do y'all think he's not a fraud?
I'm 50-50, I'm not gonna lie.
Why are you going 50-50?
Because yes, I can agree. Because okay, this is what I was saying. Where we are at now, of course, he's not a fraud. Like you're talking technicality being one of the most efficient niggas. Sasuke is like that ever since the end of Naruto, ever since they awoke. However, throughout his growth, I can acknowledge that yes, he had matchups where most of his matchups, matter of fact, were matchups where they were not really going for the kill. Whether that's with Itachi, whether that's with Naruto on the multiple occasions, Naruto really, if he meant to kill him, would have killed Sasuke. And also Killer Bee. You needed your team or you were gonna be literally dead. Like, and Killer Bee, I don't know what reason he had to not want to go for the kill. Maybe I can't remember if he had already met Naruto or knew about Sasuke, but he just basically just decided to dip. But if he wanted to kill them niggas would have been dead.
There's a reason.
Sasuke,
there's a reason, Bubba.
Die.
There is a reason though.
Why?
Sasuke put Amaterasu on him. Remember?
No, but I'm saying on you talking about on Killer Bee?
Yeah, when they were fighting, Killer Bee was trying to kill him, but they like you said they jumped him, and then Sasuke put Amaterasu on him. Once Amaterasu got him, he's like, I gotta get away from this.
No, but he could have still fought him. But I'm saying, like, he managed to put a clone that was like one piece of his tail. That's what they quote unquote knocked out, and then they got it. But that was a piece of his tail. He was already gone. So that was a substitute clone that just lasted.
But Bomb, were you done? I didn't mean to cut you off right. That's my fault, bro.
I was just saying that's why I'm 50-50. Where he's at today, obviously very compelling, not a fraud. But through his growth, I can acknowledge that he was pretty fraudulent.
I'm gonna go through his track record, right? The only W's he does technically have are against people who are almost dead.
Facts.
So
the only major one he has, and if you consider it major, is Danzo. If you really think about it,
him. I forgot about that. No, that's a legit one-on-one dub.
He walked him down.
That's what I'm saying. That, but as far as major W's, you really can't.
Not Itachi. Orochimaru didn't have use of his hands, and he was dying.
Itachi let him beat him.
Itachi was literally dying.
Killer Bee, what's the name? He needed help against Killer Bee because he was about to die.
Because if we put it into perspective, Killer Bee is not nearly as strong as Orochimaru. So at the point, you said what?
I said facts.
You said
Killer Bee is not nearly as strong as Orochimaru.
I feel like that's some comments. I don't agree with that one.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't agree with that one.
I agree. I think the statement was insanely stronger. I wouldn't say insanely stronger. I do think Orochimaru was stronger.
I still feel like it's a debate, but insanely strong is crazy. I still feel like it's a debate.
I'm giving it to
up on another day, but
so,
yeah.
So what I'm saying is if it took three at the point at the point Sasuke beat Orochimaru, he was not nearly as strong as he was when he fought Killer Bee. So I'm like, There's if Orochimaru was even half health, he's not beating Orochimaru at that point. And then when you go to Itachi, I think it's obvious that he's not beating Itachi.
Definitely not. Tachi was literally finna die.
Yeah.
And even in that last fight with Naruto, even if it ended in a draw, you feel me? Like, didn't he
Naruto had fought in a whole war before fighting him.
He had to steal energy from
and
the tail
poison
beast.
from that bitch ass Sakura.
He had to steal energy from the tail beast to even keep up with Naruto in that fight. And then this is one thing that Bomba actually had to press me on in a segment that we did a few months back. But when we're talking about his one move that Sasuke is known for, that's a crash out move that can just end shit, is his kidding. What's one thing he needs to do his kidding attack? Lightning. When he threatened the new Team 7 by putting his hand up in the air, it was a clear sunny day. That man there was no clouds above him, there was no lightning at all. So he basically, like, niggas want to say he was about to summon Kirin. No, he was pump faking those niggas, bro. Like, I don't even know why they gassed it up to the fact where Orochimaru had to grab his wrist before he threw it down. So I don't know.
I don't think he's a fraud. I will say this. I don't think he's a fraud because if you substitute the situations Sasuke was in with Naruto also does not beat Orochimaru if he's actually healthy. At that point, if Naruto was fighting Itachi, at that point, Naruto's also not winning.
Naruto did fight Naruto did fight a healthy Orochimaru. And I know this because I remember when we did
Orochimaru wasn't healthy still.
He was healthy. His arms wasn't working. Trust me, he was healthy. Because that's the argument that I made, and I had to correct myself in the video.
Orochimaru how was his arms working?
His arms were literally working because I literally said that. Oh, that might not be the Orochimaru to use for this versus, because we were talking about Grimmjow Zero, and then I tried to compare it to Orochimaru's cube to Naruto's QB bomb in the four-tail form. But he did use his arm, and it's literally in the video. He was healthy.
Is it because he summoned those barriers? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that whole fight he was healthy. He was weaving sign, using a sword.
But even still, Naruto didn't win.
You said what?
I said even still, nobody won that fight. Like there was
nobody won. But I'm saying like Naruto full power.
I'm talking about at the point.
If Yamato is not there to seal you, Orochimaru is not beating him.
That's fine. But I'm talking about at the point where Sasuke fought Orochimaru. That was before then.
That was after that because Orochimaru died.
Wait, then Orochimaru couldn't have had use of his arms because Orochimaru didn't have use of his arms when Sasuke beat him.
I don't know how, but against Naruto, Orochimaru was healthy and had both.
Did we just find a flaw in the show? Is that what we just discovered?
Probably did. I don't know how, because literally I stated in the video, I was like, that might not be the Orochimaru to use, but literally in the video when I'm editing it, on the anime part, I had to put it in words. Correction, his arms are healthy. Yeah, he's healthy. I watched the full fight. He was healthy.
Wait. Pulled up right here. When Sasuke beat Orochimaru's hands.
He's pain. I remember he was in the bed. He stabbed him with the Kirin sword.
Wow, we just found a flaw in the show.
It might not be a flaw. There might be some text to explain it, but I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah, because I'm watching the fight right now and he has his hands.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
And then to further prove your point, that was a much younger Naruto. Naruto did not have stage mode there yet. And Orochimaru could not beat Pain, and Naruto beat Pain. Think about that.
Hey, real quick, before because y'all went on a little bit of tangent. This isn't even about Naruto or Sasuke. Bomba, did you see that Himawari has an unlimited Baryon mode that is not going to extinguish Kurama? Yeah. Is that not bullshit?
I mean, she technically has an affinity that they never had before, which I do get it, because technically she's the first person. Nah, not the first person, because Naruto was born. I don't know. The thing is, well, how does this shit fucking work? Never mind.
No, but I didn't want to get too deep into it. I just want to know if you see that. But Kenny, You're saying no, he's not a fraud because if anybody else is in that situation, they would ended up the same.
I don't think that's
Was that your reasoning?
You put anybody else from their class in their situations, they're losing. So no, he's not a fraud.
I'm saying I don't think you can. I don't think that's a good reason because you can't. It was Sasuke's situation. So
And you
based
gotta
on
think too. A lot of people in this class would not, because that's one of the reasons that the people said is that Sasuke is boastful and that these are things that he started sometimes. Versus Killer B, he was trying to prove himself in the Katsuki.
even going back to when he was a kid, this man had the nerve to push up on Rock Lee and then got his ass whooped.
But I'm saying that's just
He
he's
the
not a
one
fraud.
taking the fight.
That's just part of his character. I won't say he's a fraud. He's just cocky.
But if you're cocky and you can't back it up,
That's what I'm saying. You supposed to back it up like this. Yes, Rock Lee had a positive reputation, but when you're first watching that scene, like go back to when you first watched that scene and he pushed up on Rock Lee. I'm not thinking in my head, you feel me? Rock Lee finna pack him up. I'm thinking Sasuke about to handle this man.
Okay,
Then
okay.
Rock Lee,
This case,
but it wasn't even a close fight. Rock Lee packed that man up.
Mm-hmm.
let's
You
talk
are a
about.
fraud.
Okay, there's another fight that we could talk about. Sasuke got that one up against the dude with the little air tubes. He beat him.
Oh, sound?
Yeah, the sound ninja. Yeah.
That nigga was whooping him until
legitimate
he
wins.
awoke his seal, and then he went and trained to get his get back. He got whooped first.
He still beat him.
Yeah, but he got whooped first.
And then he killed him.
He got whooped
Because he went
then
and got training specifically for
that's what I'm saying. His curse mark opened up, and then that's why he got. He literally, I don't even want to think about the scenes, but R.I.P. that man arms. You feel me?
Yeah.
So Kenny's going.
I'm saying no, he's not a fraud. I'm saying no.
Kenny's going no fraud. I'm with Bamba to where, and moving forward, I'm gonna specify now if we run into a situation like this, but moving forward, because I believe before Boruto, Sasuke's a fraud. Sasuke's fraudulent.
Before a movie last.
What makes you a fraud?
You said what?
What makes you a fraud? Let's define that.
I just gave
what
you.
You just said.
I literally just gave you everything we've been talking about. That's what makes him a fraud.
You can't talk shit and attack people if you can't back it up. If you back it up, how?
So I'll go back over the summary of the research I did from the community. So and these are just examples. These aren't even everything that we touched on when we talked about it.
I ain't touched nothing.
Biggest flexer in anime, but he usually does not back up his talk. Does not have any major legitimate W's one-on-one. And the ones that we brought up were legitimate was Donzo and the Sound Ninja. But even with that, now I think about it, it's not even too legitimate because you were getting packed up until your curse mark, you feel me, awakened. And that wasn't even anything that you did. Orochimaru gave you that. He gave you that hickey.
Okay, wait a second. If you're gonna go that route, Naruto, he didn't earn Kurama.
We're not talking about Naruto. We're talking about Sasuke. Stop trying to change.
Naruto did have to earn Kurama because he.
I'm saying, but Naruto isn't on fraud watch. We're talking about Sasuke Uchiha.
Leave Naruto alone, nigga. Fraud.
Yeah, I'm going. Naruto Shippuden fraud. Sasuke's a fraud.
Well, then the next guy's gonna be a fraud too. Then, if that's the criteria, the next dude is a super fraud.
Well, can we get there first?
I'm just saying,
you said that like that was going to affect me in some way. I already got my arguments.
What's up, Malik?
What up, Kenny?
Malik in the motherfucking building. Malik, how you doing, brother?
You know, I'm here. How y'all feeling?
Hey, man.
Trump won. How you think we feeling?
Hey, man, we just three frauds trying to make it out here.
See, nah.
Welcome to Malik. Welcome to Fraud Watch. I did send you the information. We already went over 1. We about to do the rest 2 through 10. Basically, to tell you what we're doing. We going through this list, and we're basically going to talk about if the people that I name are frauds. I got the list by researching the most popular characters in anime, And then I researched the community and why the community thinks these specific popular characters are frauds. So I tried to pick characters that from anime that we've all seen, and I think I did a good job with that. So to start off, we start off with Sasuke, but now we're on number 2, Vegeta from Dragon Ball Z. Vegeta is on fraud watch. Can we confirm if he is a fraud or not? Who started last time? I'm gonna start with Malik since he's here.
Yeah, Vegeta's a fraud.
Why is Vegeta a fraud in here? Oh, wait, hold on. I got to go what the community said. So the community said that Vegeta is another character that doesn't have any major W's. Every time he think my fault. My own writing is terrible and I typed this. Every time he thinks he's going to win, he gets packed up, always behind Goku in every way, shape, or form. Yeah. So that's what the community said. Go ahead and finish why you believe he's a fraud.
Vegeta's major wins is either from the planets he invaded before he even met Goku. Q, Zarbon.
And that's a fight where he got packed up the first time.
He had to go back for round 2.
Terribly.
Facts.
Can't even say the Ginyu Force because he pretty much just went back around and just shot everybody that was knocked out. He didn't. Oh, Android 19.
And we'll keep
arm.
We'll keep this focus strictly on DBZ. So no Super, no GT. We'll keep it strictly focused on DBZ. I'm just not trying to run into the same thing because if we do that, I'm gonna go half and half again. So I'm just doing strictly DBZ.
Then you do half and half, nigga.
Nah,
because that's not the last thing that we even saw of him. Not fair.
I'm going strictly DBZ on this one.
He's a fraud. He ain't really win much.
Yeah.
Don't get me started with Cell. Frieza, Jesus Christ, he claimed to be a Super Saiyan, then Frieza pulled his hair and started giving back shots.
I'm fucking dead.
Then Cell Juniors was pretty much packing him up. And then after that, Kid Buu was pretty much, that was over with.
Packed. Bomba, go ahead, brother.
Carlos said we only doing DBZ. He's a fraud. That's all I gotta say.
Kenny.
Huge fraud. If we talk about talking shit, this man invented shit talking.
Facts.
At least if not for the main characters. This is the side character shit talker Hall of Fame. It's also running your mouth. What does it say? Cashing a check that your ass can't cover or some shit like that. I don't know how the saying goes, but this man, I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, my pride, packed up
every time.
Now you're holding your ribs every time. You're like looking like this every single time.
The only times he wasn't packed up in Z is his first fight with Goku and his fight against Android 19. Every single other fight, that man has gotten packed up something serious. And also my fault, imperfect Cell. After that, you feel me? And I guess technically the Majin Vegeta versus, but again, one of your greatest rivals purposely held back because he didn't want to hurt your own personal pride. Like if Goku would have turned Super Saiyan 3 during that fight, he would have lost the will to fight. So yeah, Vegeta, one of my goats, but you are indeed a fraud.
Big fraud.
Next, and I will let me ask this first, because I got spoiled because I don't read the manga. Damn. So everybody in here except for me has read the JJK manga.
No.
Yep.
No.
Ooh. Well, I apologize to Kenny.
What do you mean?
I will let me ask. So it looks like we'll go through this next one quick. Let me ask Mbamba.
Can we just go based off the anime? Why do we gotta include the manga? Can we not?
Because based off the anime, he doesn't deserve to be on this list.
That's what I was about to say.
But look, I'm gonna ask Bomba and Malik when they give their arguments to just please leave as minimal detail as possible. But Kenny,
Bro, what?
I'll let you start off. Is Sukuna a fraud? And let me see.
I'm about to leave. I'm
I
about to
can't
end this for everybody.
I can't even
I'm
tell.
about to end this for everybody.
I can't even.
I'm about to hit end
I
meeting.
I can't even tell him. I can't even say why the community.
Can we just skip him then?
Nah,
Damn.
nah.
Carly.
If we skip him, I'm gonna just ask Malik and Bamba, who has read the manga, do you believe that Sukuna's a fraud?
Hold on. Wait. I'm turning my volume off. Somebody give me a thumbs up.
Okay,
wait. Not yet.
He's turning his volume off, so I will read what the community said, and then I'll let y'all go ahead.
And give me a thumbs up when I can come back.
Okay.
All right.
I don't care because it got ruined for me when I did the research. So the community said that he got absolutely blitzed by Gojo, had to resort to jumping, and he had to summon Maharaga for help. So that's what the community is. That's why the community is saying he's a fraud. Let me know what y'all think. Is Sukuna a fraud?
Where you want to go first on that?
You got
Go
it.
ahead. You got it.
I think he's a fraud on multiple instances. Because like they've said, Gojo has put him in one, Gojo has knocked him out. Like cleaned the fuck out. Knocked out mid-fight. I don't think that's ever happened in Jujutsu Kaisen. And then two, not only did he make him summon Maharaga for help, it's the fact that he had to summon two Shinigami. One that very much made him look like, a kid holding on to his dad and to his mom. Like, I'm getting jumped. Let me go get my parents type shit. And still, a nigga was piecing him up. And then you move forward. One of the, because everybody talking about Yuji. You don't have it. That nigga start piecing this nigga the fuck up. And in his mind, for the first time, you see him lose composure. You see him throw up. Like from this kid that he's been talking shit from like since the beginning, you see him like get scared at times too, and that's why I feel like people are like, yeah, you're a fraud, and it's mainly like because you mirror him to Gojo in moments where Sukuna would be crying, Gojo would probably be smiling because he's excited to fight. I feel like that's why people are calling him a fraud, and I can't understand it. Okay. And also the ending solidifies it. I don't even want to tell you what happened at the ending, but in my opinion, it just kind of solidified that everything been kind of getting to him.
Okay. Malik,
lying to us.
I don't think he's a fraud.
You don't think he's a fraud? Why?
Yes, I understand. The only way he was able to beat Gojo was based off of his stolen powers. However, if he was to fight Gojo at his full power, I don't know if Gojo would have won.
He would have.
I don't know.
He would have. He needed. You know what he needed to bypass Gojo.
I know what he needed to win, but again, we don't know.
He would have. He wouldn't. He told you he wouldn't have been able to bypass his infinity
without Maharaga. Cool, yeah. However, he still wasn't at full strength.
Yeah, but he would not have been able to bypass the infinity. That's the problem. He's stronger. We'll give him that infinity.
But he still was never at full power at the whole battle.
But that's why he chose that, because he knew that without this, I can't bypass the infinity. So I'm gonna hold on to this form because of that. If that wasn't because of the infinity, he would have just went straight full power and just demolished everything. But he said, infinity, I need Megumi specifically to get through to you. I need Maharaga specifically.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, he still wasn't at full power, and everything we can sit there and do is speculate. But at the end of the day, within that time point, it is what it is. He did what he had to do to win just that one battle. But after that, who else was beating him? Because if you're just going to utilize the Gojo battle as his fraud watch, I don't think it's enough to call him a fraud. And the only person who actually said that they will win was Gojo, not Sukuna. Sukuna said he would love to fight Gojo based off of Gojo's reputation. However, Sukuna was never the one to say he would sit there and win. It was Gojo who said it first.
All right. Well, I don't have much to add to the conversation because again, I ain't seen it. I'm just going off the spoilers that that was given. So we'll end that one in a 50-50. So
Well,
so far,
can I give you imagery? I feel like we'll convince you,
I
Carson.
feel like you shouldn't.
No, I want to think about Mahito. You remember how Mahito was minimized?
Yeah.
The IMU scene.
Mm-hmm.
If that was to happen to Sukuna, how would you feel?
I would feel like that nigga.
All right. Go ahead and give me what 100% fraud was.
Yeah. I mean, you got any rebuttals, Malik? Because
My rebuttal is at the very end, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 to 12 people to even make it a thing.
It took that many people, and he still had to cheat against Gojo.
It took people trying not to kill Megumi. I still want to save Megumi. Let me hold on because I don't want to kill you because my friend is inside of you. I don't want to kill you because my student is inside of you. I'm holding back too.
That's not what I read.
That is what I read.
That is not what I read.
You saw the Yuji struggle until he asked Megumi. There was a literal struggle.
That was at the very end.
Yes, but it still mattered, sir. No, I'm not hearing it.
But by the very end, it still was about 12 people still fighting.
No, they jumped him.
Nigga.
They jumped him. I will give you that. They jumped him. But let's remember this. The two strongest. And like you said, like they jump you, you just admitted that he jumped the strongest. Hello? You are 1,000-year-old.
He used the power that he
mastering.
But he used the power that he actually has.
No, he used
We're
the power
talking about 12 different individuals.
He used the power of Megumi. He's the one that hit it first, which is adapted.
But if you're using your abilities, that's like saying when Tien splits up his ability of individual, is that really jumping? Or is that just him utilizing himself multiple times?
Okay, time out. I'm gonna ask Carly. Carly can help me out on this one.
Is that really him jumping, or is that just him using himself multiple times?
Let me ask Carly this question. Carly can help me out.
Okay.
What was Megumi's technique called?
I can't remember the specific name of the technique.
10 shadows.
What was the number that you remember associated with it?
You said the number?
Yeah. 10 shadow.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think that's gonna do? I'm able to be me, Mahoraga, a nigga that went 1v1 with Sukuna at first, and then 2, he's able to get them other Shinigamis to do something with it to fight you. That's not jumping you. I literally stole the power from a kid. Specifically planned that from the season 1. Planned that. I need you specifically because I'm plotting against Gojo. Gojo just came and fought you. You were fighting him since you met him the first time. It's different. There is yes, they jumped you, but the gap between those students and Gojo is like, we're not even going to talk about it. That's a setup. These are little kids. The nigga started sorcerer a year ago. You've been a sorcerer for 2,000 years. Maybe more than that.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and Gojo has the OP power of being able to see through every single curse energy and curse technique. So what are we talking about?
No, he doesn't have that ability. He has
the 6 eyes that can see through every single curse.
Not see through everything, because how would he lose then?
What do you mean? How would he lose?
How would he lose if he could see through every curse energy, curse technique, whatever you're talking about?
So how he lost was based off of actually going through it instead of aiming straight just on him. That's how he lost.
Yeah, but you're talking about the technique that can see through every curse. So why would it land on him?
But that's exactly how he lost. That's the only way that he was able to win, was based off of not hitting him, but hitting directly through him.
Hitting the whole word.
Do that, he was able to utilize a Maharaga cheat code, who also still lost. So by using a Maharaga who lost and then using his own curse technique, which was became the infinite slicer, that's how he won.
Proving that without Maharaga, Sukuna can beat Gojo. Thank you very much.
But at the same time, that means without Sukuna, then Yuji wouldn't be able to win.
What do you mean by that? Yeah, we know that. That's the whole principle.
Well, I was like, we not focused on Yuji. We focused on Sukuna.
About Yuji. It's Sukuna.
But he just utilized that based off of the jumping idea. They was able to win the battle. But the way Yuji was able to win was still being able to use somebody else's power. With that same logic, then that means the jumping capability is completely thrown out.
What do you mean by that?
You just said that Sukuna is a fraud because he stole somebody else's power. However,
Yeah.
he lost that same battle to Yuji by stealing the person he was trying to beat back.
But okay, there were he asked reasons, and he said reasons from the community, and I'm saying that based on the reason that the community said, which is him getting knocked the fuck out on 1v1, no jumping, knocked your ass the fuck out. And then the nigga mocked you. Oh, you called on your mom and your dad mid fight. He told you that and proceeded to dog walk your mom and your dad. That's why they called him a fraud. He literally cried out, Maharaga. If you go on TikTok, you will find audio clips made of that. This nigga begging, oh, Maharaga, come help me. Like, that's what they did
But
to
at
him.
the same time, with that same logic, he still wasn't the one to call, I was the one to win that battle. It was Gojo who said that.
No, but that's not what they're calling him for.
But
We're
that
not,
is what
maybe if you put Gojo
that
on
is
fraud,
exactly
we'll
what
agree
the
on that.
whole main point, what fraud is.
You said the what?
That's what Carlil described what a fraud is. The person who sit there and try to put a check they can't cash.
But that's not, no, we are not
But
talking,
that's what
but
Gojo
sometimes,
did. Gojo said,
sometimes,
as you said in season 1, I will beat Sukuna. And what happened at the very end of the battle?
What does Sukuna proclaim himself as?
He's the strongest. He is the strongest curse user ever, and Gojo the strongest curse user.
No, what I'm saying, like, in terms of, like, when he looks at other human being, what does he always say? What does he proclaim himself as?
What does he say?
No, I'm saying, like, what does he say? Like, they're just food to him. Like, everything's kind of exists to serve him. So what is it? Like, that shows you I'm the superior. When you have that title, and then you proceed to have to call your mom and dad, and Carly, literally the mangaka proceeded to put a blackened image of like a kid holding his parents' arm when Gojo's
Sukuna gave respect to Gojo from the jump. What are we talking about?
Yeah, no, he didn't give him respect from the jump. He gave him respect towards after he killed him. Everybody was like, "Oh shit, that was sweet." But that ain't got nothing to do with being a fraud. He's in the fraud in the way that he got handled.
But the definition that was told at the top of this podcast.
That's not the definition. That's the definition we gave to Kenny earlier.
That wasn't the only definition. That wasn't the only definition.
That was not the definition.
That's the definition I heard when I first got here. So there must be some other definitions. But based off of what was described as fraud before we jump on to Vegeta was the person who cannot cash the check that they sat there and made.
Now, I will say I know what you're talking about. No, that was one of the specific reasons that I said Vegeta. That's one of the things that aided to Vegeta and Sasuke's fraudness. But that wasn't me giving the definition of being a fraud. Out of everything that was explained from the community and what Bomba's talking about, he sounded a little fraudulent. You feel me? So I don't know, but this one's going longer than I wanted to, so I'm gonna clock Kenny back in, and then I'm gonna give my.
You can't even see that shit. I'm weak.
Kenny, look,
he's looking down.
That nigga Kenny is working.
God, somebody text him.
Look, I'm in the group chat now.
Fuck it.
There he is.
Oh, cool.
All right, Kenny, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, so based on the arguments that I got, and I'm putting Sukuna on fraud watch.
Y'all putting Sukuna on fraud?
Sukuna is on fraud watch. All right, next, Shinji from Bleach. The community said, and if y'all don't remember who Shinji was, he's the blonde one that has the bowl cut.
Yeah.
The community says he's never won a fight in Bleach.
Nope.
Used to be with Aizen 24/7 and never found out his plans. Did nothing during the first invasion of the Stern Ritters and Thousand Year Blood War. Got one, and when he did fight one, he got one-shotted after endless shit talking. So, based off the community notes, shout out to X. And based on the community notes,
is on that foresight? That's crazy.
Is Shinji fraudulent?
Definition of fraud.
Wait, Kenny, what's the pause for? What's the timeout for?
He ain't finished.
Guys, he taught Ichigo how to be in the wrong car.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Guys, all the captains was getting destroyed and demolished when the Quincy's came down. All of them.
No, but he was talking smack.
Nah,
Like
that
that
nigga
All of them
over.
was talking smack.
But some
No,
of
but
them,
he had a theme song and everything.
some of them got W's. Like
Yamamoto literally brought all his dead man's back and was talking that talk and died.
Byakuya's second fight, he beat 3 of them. So
Yeah, Shinji only came the
No.
second time too, right?
facts. He ran
He
the
came
first
out
time.
against the Bambies, I think.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Kenny. This is gonna be a hard argument to
I feel like it's the author. The author be setting him up for that. Like he has the coldest theme song. He be pulling up the Bantai, the description, and then you hyped, and then bye.
I mean, the little short one got killed too. He got killed like the first captain to get killed.
Who? Toshiro?
Yeah.
He's not dead technically.
That man's a zombie.
Yeah, but that technically was smart because you get to show his power
I'm not
without necessarily, you know.
I fuck with Shinji so hard, but the community knows really. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue against that, bro. This man's fraudulent.
I feel like we should read the community notes afterwards. Like we should be able to give our arguments for why he is or isn't. Because if we get the community notes, we just gonna side with that.
He got one-shotted. He has not won a battle. And on top of that, he was working with Aizen and did know this nigga was evil.
That's true too.
I'm saying
he was working with Aizen and didn't know he was evil.
I'm saying the reason I'm reading the community notes before is because I need y'all to come. If you disagree, I need you to come up why you disagree with the community. That's the reason why I'm reading.
But I'm saying you can't hold the Aizen thing against him because technically the whole Soul Society worked with Aizen and didn't know he was evil.
True. But he was his specific lieutenant.
Yeah.
I mean, Shorty that was running around the Soul Society looking for Aizen was also working under Aizen and didn't know he was evil. This man has his literal power is hypnosis.
Okay, I mean that's true. That's a good argument. You feel me? What about the rest?
Yeah, what about the rest?
Okay, we also gotta understand, like it's anime, so the main characters are really the ones who come in, save the day, win fights, and do that type of thing. He's not even the secondary character of the show. So what do you expect?
Yeah, and I'll use the example I used earlier. Byakuya is not either. He beat 3 Stern Ritters at one time.
Byakuya is not. Kenpachi is. Even Renji got a dub.
Renji got a
W.
Renji's the Vegeta of the show.
Hey, Renji's comeback in 1,000-Year Blood War is legendary, dog.
I'll tell you that.
That nigga Renji. At first, when he got introduced, I was like, yeah, this is the Raditz of Bleach. This is Raditz for sure.
But you know what's crazy about him too? Apparently, it's the animation company that fucked up his airline. I just saw the panels the other day.
He's fire as fuck in the manga.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was like, that's OD.
Yeah.
So Kenny's leaning no. Bomba Malik, where y'all leaning? Y'all leaning towards he's a fraud?
Oh, big time fraud. If I was to like reimagine him, he's the captain of fodder.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Is there any additional reasons y'all want to give other than what the community said? Or y'all
the theme songs, bro. Like, why give him a fire ass theme song if you're going dog walk him like that?
Facts.
His Bankai is not really good against big name people. It's only great against fodder people.
Okay.
Yeah, probably fuck up these allies too.
I mean, I'm going with y'all too. I think Shinji, even though again, it's the same with Vegeta. I fuck with Shinji. He's a fraud. But his personality and what he brings to Bleach is great. It's great. Especially I love his relationship with Hiyori.
Yeah.
So right now we got everybody we got so far are frauds. Number 5, we got that boy Mihawk from One Piece. Now, what the community said about Mihawk, he has not been in one real fight. Compared to Shanks, he's been compared to Shanks, but he hasn't shown any type of feats. When the going was getting tough at Marineford, he left. When shit was getting tough, he left and avoided smoke. And he had to join Cross Guild to stay relevant. So, not even based off the community notes, do you believe that Mihawk is a fraud? If so, do you have anything to add?
Can I be first this time?
Yeah.
Can I be first this time?
Go ahead.
All right, so 1, not a fraud. So let me explain this. Just because you haven't been written into the story yet doesn't make you an
It's been
automatic
written
fraud.
into the story.
Yeah, no, yeah. So like, so you
He's
have
been
to
in the story several times.
Wait. Let me shut up.
My fault. My
Hey,
fault.
beat you up, Carlos. Watch out.
Because
Grizzlies beat Lakers.
if that's the case,
What?
Damn.
yeah, because we're not in the sports segment. Stay on topic.
You're right.
So if we think about it like this, One Piece, right? Technically, we saw Boy Hancock early, and she ain't done nothing. She a fraud. Rayleigh got introduced. We ain't really see him do anything. Is he a fraud? There are so many people that they introduced early in the show that we haven't really seen them have an arc or be relevant in an arc yet. That doesn't make them a fraud. I will say this though, Zoro went to go train under Mihawk, and he's still not as strong as Mihawk. And we see how OD Zoro is now. And me and Bamba still have a theory about why he keep his eye closed. It's something behind there. That's gonna be something that he needs. It's gonna be his trump card. He just hasn't. Well, I don't even want to say that no more. It's
I
gonna be
just
his
watched.
ultimate move that we don't even know nothing about yet.
I just
So
watched two
Yoku.
30-minute videos about what could possibly be behind that man's
that's what
eye.
I'm saying. I mean, but I talked to Bamba. I personally think it's the gates of hell. It's gonna be something with that.
Something
So
about that.
that's two. That's two reasons why he's not a fraud. Three, Cross Guild are just him and Crocodile. How does that make you relevant? Crocodile was handled a long time ago, and now with hockey involved, Crocodile's not even a threat for real.
But you can argue the thing with relevancy because what happened to Buggy? He became what? A Yonko.
But yeah, Buggy's just a figure. He's not Buggy's
He's a
nothing.
pawn.
So what you're saying is Mihawk's a fraud following a fraud.
No, that's not what's happening.
Yeah,
That's not what's
Also,
happening.
one thing that I wanna add to what Kenny said, because I agree with Kenny, is that people have been pointing out how every time Mihawk is fighting, he talks about letting Yoru decide. Like, so people are believing that he's not necessarily like even fighting right now. Like, you know how like your swords will have a will, so they believe that it's actually just coming from the sword itself, like not him fighting itself. Because at the end of the day, he is Shank's rival. He has that conversation with Shanks. So like, I'm not coming here to fight you. Meaning that like usually when they see each other, they do duke it out. You feel me? But Shanks was like, I'm not even in the mood. He's like, I'm not here to fight you. You don't have an arm. Like, we don't need to fight no more. So they used to go at it.
All right,
Also,
Kenny, go real quick, and then I'm gonna go to Malik.
I just want to make sure I got my point back. I mean, so another thing with One Piece, we've already talked about. I mean, we've already been exposed to how strong you have to be to have a black blade. He has a fully black blade, and it's a legendary
one.
It's a legendary fully black blade. You don't get that as a fraud, so no.
Malik.
Yeah, just to add on to the point, the sword picked Mihawk, so there's that. Two, Mihawk's not fighting just anybody. He didn't care, and then at Marineford, if he didn't, then he has to go back to killing the Marines, and the man didn't really want to do that. When they came to come get him, he was about to get back in his bag, but then he was like,
He's
there's no
bored.
point. And that's when Crocodile was like, I really don't want to fight you. But we was just we was just the warlords. How about we gang up together, and on top of that, you ain't gotta fight. You be with me, you be in the cut like Proxy, you be fine. And then that's when Buggy's people started to gas him up, and then they were like, you know what, we could kill him now. Mihawk quite literally was about to chop him up. And everybody was like, you know what? Nah, we'll let him take the power. He's the four emperors. So I don't have to be the face of the whole power no more. And on top of that, his bounty is OD. What are we talking about?
Okay. I mean, it's good arguments. I'm not letting the Marineford one rock though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I agree with the community on that. But
wait a second. Because if that's the case, everybody at Marineford is a fraud. Because when Shanks came, ain't nobody. There was an army right there. There was a whole army. Shanks walked through there and nobody moved.
I mean, Kenny, you act like I was going to disagree with you. I already think everybody in One Piece is weak.
But think about it. Shanks was talking about fighting us. That wasn't going to be a 1v1.
Facts.
So that was all going to be the whole team versus Mihawk.
Nah, I respect y'all's argument. Like I said, the only So when he left, I'm not letting that rock. I agree with the community on that one. But I'm gonna let y'all got that. I'm simply a host. You feel me? I'm simply a host. So Mihawk is not fraudulent. Mihawk, you are officially off fraud watch. Next on our fraud watch list, Byakuya.
Byakuya Kushiki.
I don't want to go first. I just got a question. I just thought of.
Okay.
Is Byakuya the Neji of Bleach?
Chill out.
I'm gonna say no, but the community, the reason why people are saying Byakuya is a fraud. He lost to an early Ichigo after being a captain for a long time. Packed up, and there's only 2 for this one. So yeah, lost to Ichigo after being captain for a long time, and then he was packed up by a Stern Ritter, his first fight in Thousand Year Blood War. Me personally, I don't think that's enough.
I can't wait to listen. You said what?
Me personally, I don't think that's enough because everybody was struggling their first fight. But go ahead.
I can't wait till it's my turn.
Oh wait, you said you didn't want to go first this time.
I'll go first. I went first last time, but I can't wait till it's my turn.
Malik, go ahead, go first, dog.
I don't think he's a fraud. He lost to a baby that is mixed with everything in the whole show. And then with the Stone Ritter, like, he was going to win if they didn't have that trump card. So other than that, I really and truly don't think there's enough information to say he's a fraud.
Okay. Bamba.
I also do not think that he's a fraud. If y'all paying attention to what Ichigo was doing to everybody else when he first got to the Soul Society, bro, that nigga was literally millie-walking 4 niggas at a time with no sword, nothing. Like, he planted his sword, handled them, picked up his sword, and then had to deal with Byakuya. And then Byakuya held his own until, I don't know. It was just a cheat code. There was nothing he could do. And also, like Malik said, the Quincy's came. You saw my Bankai. What was I supposed to do?
All right. Kenny.
Okay. I don't understand why everybody likes to ignore the fact of, or ignore that Ichigo had to like run away every fight. So the first time he fought Byakuya, hacked horribly. I mean, Ichigo was about dead.
Isn't that when he had to learn Bankai and come back?
Yes. My boy Byakuya, he said, domain expansion. Put that boy said
Sonbon Sakura.
Sonbon
DLC.
That hoe's beautiful. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That boy Ichigo was getting 1,000 cuts. Yeah. That's about 1,000 cuts for real. So yeah. I don't understand why every time it comes to like Bleach, people forget that Ichigo fought everybody 2 to 3 times before he actually won.
Facts.
So there is that. And like Bamba said, nobody knew they were stealing Bankais. But I ain't gonna lie, me and Bamba talked about this. I don't know if it was the whole group discussion. Because when they delivered the message, they kept doing it. Everybody was like, they're stealing Bankais. They can't steal mine, though. Bankai.
Well, tough.
Every single one of them. Stupid.
Bro, that pissed me off so much.
And then the other thing that pissed me off is, y'all are captains. Y'all forgot. Y'all supposed to know how to use Hado. Why nobody using your Hado? Not one.
That whole first half.
Not one person thought to use.
You know who first broke that rule, Kenny?
Who?
The GOAT.
I'm like, y'all have more than just your Bankai. What happened to it?
Listen, let me show you how it's done.
Like what?
All right, so we all agree. Byakuya, you are off fraud watch.
That man's a dog.
The man is a dog. One of my favorite characters.
He's not showing his Kapashi, but he's still a dog.
Number 7, we got Neji. This is another short one from the community. Died from a stick. It's literally number 1. Died from a stick. Lost to Naruto in the tuning exams. Had no real feats nor growth. In Shippuden.
What? Can I please go first?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna go in reverse order. Had no growth. This man was a villain. This man was a villain at first. He was trying to kill her. Not literally. Was he out of the kids trying to actually catch a body?
Was he a villain or was he just a moody tween?
Moody tweens don't try to commit murder on their cousin.
Moody tweens shoot up schools in America.
They're villains. They're evil. They deserve to be in jail. So yes, this man was literally an antagonist at first and turned into an upstanding guy. So no, he had a lot of growth. That's one. Two, no real feats. Y'all forget the Sound 5? This man 1v1 Kido Amaru. And Kido Amaru was low-key a dog. So that's two. Three, the best nigga with the best dude with the hands that we knew of at the time was Rock Lee. What Rock Lee say? I can't get close. What do you mean, no?
It was Neji. It wasn't Rock Lee.
That's what I'm getting to.
Because Rock Lee, when he was introduced,
listen, Rock Lee was literally like, I can't get close to Neji.
So that's why I was disagreeing with you. You said Rock Lee was the best person.
His whole thing is that he has no jutsu. This is his only thing.
Right.
And Neji's better than him.
Facts. They're also children at this point.
Regardless. And then the whole stick thing, come on, bro. Come on. That was from a 10 tails attack. That wasn't just a stick. That stick would have killed anybody. Granted, Neji's skill set, he should have died from that. He should have been able to block it with his 8 trigrams, not 6 palms. His what's the would you say what? Rotation. Rotation should have, especially like a Shippuden level rotation, should have been able to stop that. There should have been a blind spot. That was BS. Anybody else, Neji didn't need to die, but that was for plot.
So
that was strictly for plot.
So other than him being cold as a kid with the hands and winning against one of the Sound 5.
To say he has no feats is you have no proof that he has no feats because he has feats.
So I'm saying, but like if we do that for him, we just name one thing. What are some there has to be other things that take him off of Fraud Watch.
I mean, screen, you can't get penalized for screen time either though. Like once
Kenny, like Kenny said, the Sound 5 was twice as a kid and as a grown man, but they were like reanimated. That was a tough fight for everybody. You got to find a way that like to defeat him in a way that would seal him.
Okay.
And then in the war too, he was one of the most efficient ninjas because of his Byakugan.
That's what
the white Zetsus.
That's what I needed.
But like, I feel like me personally, I feel like you can't get penalized for screen time. Like, once we hit Shippuden, it literally became about Naruto.
Yeah, but I'm saying
the only other side character that got screen time was Shikamaru. I'm
saying, you feel me? Like, yes, I'm not even attributing to screen time. Like, even Naruto Shippuden is long. Like, there's times where you seen Neji, and all I was asking was, what else did he do? You feel me?
Yeah. Also, I wanted to add to what Kenny said about the Splinter. I remember that like when the Splinter started raining, he was defending a lot of people, and then ran out of energy. So like him like placing himself into that line of fire was his last resort because he saw that Naruto was there. Naruto was out of chakra, so it would have probably hurt. If not, it would have killed Naruto because the spikes grow as they drain your chakra. So he literally saved the war.
Like, when I was doing the research today and somebody was talking about that on TikTok, they was like, how fucked up would it have been if that was one of Naruto's clones? After that man Neji get pierced, you just see poof.
I'm fucking weak.
No, that'd be crazy.
Wait a second. Another plot hole.
What's up?
Why don't they just use the substitution jutsu? They have a get out of jail free card.
But he was out of chakra. He told you
he was out of chakra. He was out of chakra. He was out of chakra.
All right. I'm about to, bro.
Does anybody have anything else to add on Neji, Malik?
I was gonna add that he's also a Jonin. Not a
The youngest Jonin out of the group. The first one to hit Jonin. Come on, bro.
He was also the best user of the Byakugan out of everybody in his clan.
The best.
Until Himuraru came along.
He was already dead by then, Carlil.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Oh yeah. Bomba already said he had no chakra when the wood release splinter started to rain down on him. So even if he did have chakra, it again is a wood release from the 10 tails.
And he had the strongest op against the Sound 5. What's his name? Kido Amaru, was that his name? Or it was Kido Amaru. He was the strongest one.
Except for Well, he
Kiwimaru.
wasn't.
It was Kiwimaru
Besides-
was the
besides
strongest one, but
Kiwimaru,
you're thinking
yeah.
about different one.
Yeah.
He's talking about the sound four, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sound four.
But yeah, out
Okay.
of those four, Choji and Neji are the only ones that went 1v1.
Hey man,
Only.
Choji's fight
Wait, then
to this day is one of my favorite
Kiba
fights in
ran away, sir.
Naruto.
Let's move on.
I told you about my hot take about that, Carlin. Butterfly Choji might give Neji the work.
I'm saying
You said what?
Butterfly Choji would probably work.
Butterfly Choji's different. Butterfly Choji is different.
I ain't
When
gonna
that man
lie.
stop, when that man gets serious.
I might watch that fight.
The
All right.
Yeah.
So far from number 5 to from Mihawk to Neji, no frauds so far. Last 3, All for One, My Hero Academia.
Why is he on this list?
Community says he's truly the biggest fraud. Only is powerful through stolen techniques, gets stronger the younger he is, but is currently struggling to get past the quirkless All Might. Can only steal quirks when an opponent is weak and uses underhanded tactics to tip scales in his favor. I mean, he is a villain.
Yeah, this is stupid. That is a stupid list. I got a question. Is Kakashi a fraud? He has he didn't steal it. He has a donated Sharingan. He's literally called the copycat ninja. Is Kakashi a fraud?
But we talking about All for One though.
Okay, but what I'm saying is it's synonymous to how he steals powers. That's his power is to steal powers. How are you gonna call him a fraud for his power? And then it's not that he's currently fighting a quirkless All Might. He's fighting All Might he's fighting pretty much the same thing. All Might has a suit that gives him all the powers of his students. Oh wait, Carl, you didn't know this, did you?
I did.
Oh, you did. You saw the episode now.
That's why I'm reading it to you right
now. Okay,
now.
because last week you hadn't seen the episode yet, so I just remembered that you hadn't seen it last week. But it's also All Might who is literally prepared to die. Like he's ready for this. All Might literally had generations. Him by himself, one villain, had the whole Tokyo, Japan in the palm of his hands for not 1 year, not 2 years, for generations. And one thing about villains, one thing that makes a good villain is your intelligence. So if he can plot and scheme on top of everything, how does that make you a fraud?
I literally said, yeah, he's a villain. I don't know what kind of tactics y'all expected him to use.
But you gonna say, "Will you please give me your power?" Like what?
But I feel like that's the thing though. It's the nature on the people that he preys on to get his power. This nigga will go after kids. The baby, doesn't matter what your situation. He's done it twice when you've seen it. Think about all of the what you call one for all vestiges that you've seen it. That tells you about all the years. Think about all the quirks that this man has assembled, regardless of any means.
I would have to somewhat disagree on that. Because each time he was coming straight for the person, the holder of All for One. I mean, One for All, and they were grown.
No, I'm talking about when I'm saying kids. Think about Todoroki's brother. Think about Shigaraki. Those people who have the power that he's after. But he will find you in the moment of weakness, in the moment of falling apart. Like that's the way that he steals the power.
But he never stole his power. He never stole Toya's power. He never stole.
I mean, but you saw that they became one. That's his goal. And then you talk to the rookie. That was a failed. I mean, Toya, that was a failed project when he realized that his body was falling apart.
Facts.
So he gave up on it, but already made him crazy.
Facts. Because he was going to use Toya.
He wanted to use it.
He wanted to use Toya. Bitch, that nigga's a true crash out, bro.
Like they're scheming that you're like, oh shit, like I just schemed, and you're like, this nigga's cool because he's scheming, but you're going after kids is just kind of like dirty, weak play. Because if you're going after adults, ain't nobody looking at you like you weak. You're able to get an adult trap, yes, but you're finding the kid. Is that for Shigaraki? You just lost your whole family.
I disagree still because if he was a fraud, some grown up hero would have been stopped him.
What do you mean?
This man was the overlord. of Japan for years. If it
Yeah,
was
we're stolen quirks, but that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that I can agree when they're saying stealing quirks. This is the nature of how he's stealing the quirks. That's the part I'm saying. I agree with the community on that. And that's why it's dirty. That's why you wouldn't look at Kakashi and be like it's dirty, because Kakashi is using it against grown adults to defend himself. And he's just copying the technique. He's not necessarily going and ruining a kid's life to eventually steal you. Like you're a whole, you know.
And it's not even like when Kakashi steals the technique, it's not even like he's spamming it. Like he still has his own, you feel me, his own techniques.
And right now, I'm guessing you would consider Shigaraki a teammate of All For One. As a teammate, he's worse because I'm trying to take over you by any means.
Facts.
I don't think that makes you a fraud though. Personally, I don't think that makes you a fraud.
Kenny's going no,
because you're depending on the other people. Like you, a parasitic kind of.
We just saw what he did to what's his name? Endeavor. All of them.
Yeah, but that's
Hawks Endeavor.
For example, like Carlos said, All Might has been able to hold you on his own by this, and All Might has been able to defeat you on his own with just one quirk. While you're over here, like finding ways, like you're literally going on the fight against All Might still, against One For All, while you're still in all these quirks and this one specifically strong quirk and these weak ass quirk. That's what's been in your way for generations.
All Might's the strongest hero of all time.
Yes, but who has tapped into All Might's power since All Might? Nobody.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying who has tapped into the 100% that All Might was tapping into.
That's my point. All Might was doing something no other hero can do.
Yeah,
and
but that's with one quirk.
And they still tied.
That's through trauma and everything. And he's able to be defeating you who has all these other quirks. That's why you're a fraud. Because regardless of how many years, thousands and thousands of years, compiling you these quirks and being this overlord, every time this quirk has been able to come back and chill out, bro.
I don't know.
Kenny's going no. Bomba's going yes. Malik, where you going?
Malik, tiebreaker.
I say no.
Hell
okay.
No. My reason being is, number one, for All Might to take anybody's power, all you have to do is like tap you, and that's GG's. It doesn't matter if you're weak or strong. The minute he taps you, that your shit's gone. Two, and stealing it from children and all that. It's a shonen manga. What do we expect?
Taking candy from a baby.
Quite literally.
Oh, wow.
And then literally redistributing it to other people, like how he did with, never mind. When it comes down to like his fraudulent watch, I mean, only person that's beaten him was All Might, and All Might became crippled afterwards.
I mean,
but how do you?
that don't count for you.
How do you feel about for what?
Only one hero could beat him.
That don't count for this man right here. Sir, you've read the manga. I know that. That don't count for you.
From what has been told though, you feel me? Like from what we've seen so far, All For One has truly gotten stronger every time he's gotten younger. He's gotten just even more OP. So is the youngest that he's been in fucking years. So the youngest that he's been in, All Might still keeping up with him with his technology.
And All Might was hurt the first time he defeated him.
Facts.
Dying. Burning the embers of One For All. And don't point at that nigga. Let's say you next.
Talking about the second time.
Yeah.
When both of them niggas was in walkers. I feel it.
And that man was out. The old man. You saw him.
But regardless, he's still going no.
I'm definitely going no.
Well, we're at a 50-50.
Well, you saying yes?
Or no?
Yeah, I'm going yeah. I'm going yeah. Well, so
All For One's deserve to be here.
All For One's on 50-50 fraud watch. He's not out the doghouse yet. Second to last, Rengoku from Demon Slayer. And these community notes are truly only from his fight that he had against Akaza. So, truly only got 2 clean hits on Akaza. When they were clashing, after 3 clashes, he was on death row. His eye was gone, his ribs were broken, and yeah, only was able to cut halfway through Akaza's neck based on a plot boost because he was about to die.
A plot boost. What do they mean by that?
What does that
So
mean?
again, this is by plot boost is research I had. In Demon Slayer, people are saying when people are about to die, they get a plot boost, which basically they get
like Mark
like it's almost like an awakening, a power to
that's not
basically
fair,
a power up. Basically a power
That's
up.
literally
That's
every
system.
anime.
Right.
Huh?
That's
Plot
every single anime.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a part of the
Like,
system.
That's
Hey,
literally every anime.
hey, y'all gotta talk to community, man.
Yeah, community, let me talk to you real quick.
Whoever wrote that, come see me.
I'm
Whoever
a
wrote that one, come see me, bro.
I'm gonna just start off by saying no, Bomba. What you think?
I'm gonna go and say no as well. Because one, do you know who Akaza is? Like, I feel like that's the thing that people struggle to realize.
Facts.
Y'all do not know who he was fighting, first of all.
Isn't he upper 3?
He's upper 3.
Yes.
He is third in command.
Like, it took legions of niggas to defeat the lower tier niggas, and he was 1v1ing them. The reason why
1v1.
Tanjiro, Inosuke, or Zenitsu couldn't help him, because they would have gotten in the way. That's how OD Akaza was. And this nigga was 1v1. Man, Akaza was scared at some point because he thought he might have died. This nigga started getting stronger and was slicing through the body. I have to get quick. I think he cut like a limb or something to escape, some shit like that. Or broke the sword.
Left arm or something like that.
Left arm.
Like he was scared. That nigga had him panicking and he thought he was dead. And that's why Tanjiro was like, I gotta chase after him because he almost had him. I cannot let him sleep away. There's not a chance like this. And y'all gonna see. That's all I'm saying. Y'all gonna see.
Okay. Like I said, so that's 2 no's, Malik and Kenny.
I was going no. Everything that Bomb was going to say. The added thing I was going to say is when a villain starts saying, "Bro, come join us," you can't be a fraud.
Isn't it? But doesn't Akaza every time he approaches one of the Demon Slayer Corps, doesn't he ask them if they would like to become a demon before he fights?
No, he was shitting on Tanjiro, and Tanjiro is strong. You know that.
So it was just Rengoku and Tanjiro.
He says Tanjiro's weak.
Okay. That's just the question I had because I know that was apparent. Kenny,
That's all I had.
All right. I'm about to just hell no.
Okay.
Let me explain why. Didn't Tengen say Rengoku stronger than him?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
And Tengen had help against Daki. And
And he
Tengen
lost his
almost died against Daki. Daki's not even upper 5.
What was it, upper 6?
Yes.
And she's not upper 6 alone. They're upper 6
And
together.
there's 2 of them. Come on, man.
And it took Tanjiro and company to actually make that happen.
What's the brother's name? Because he was mainly fighting.
Gyotaro.
Gyotaro. This man is Akaza is 3 levels higher than him. And Rengoku was 1v1 and almost won. Come on, man. Tengen, we was like, Tengen's cold, Tengen's strong. He almost lost to Daki and Gyotaro. Come on, bro. And he had help. 3 people.
Hey, y'all wanna hear something cool though? Because Carly, you mentioned the plot boost.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the reason why Tengen never awoke his plot boost is because he never felt like they were about to lose.
What do you mean? Tengen definitely working his plot boost.
He did not.
He stopped his heart beating because he was about to die from the poison. He had his arm
he slowed
chopped
down
off.
his heartbeat, but he didn't.
He slowed down his heartbeat and he had his arm chopped off, and he popped that back on screen like, I see the score now.
Yes.
That's the plot boost.
No, that's not the. I'm talking when they're talking about plot boost. It's the Demon Slayer mark, which awakens when you're about to lose.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But Tanjiro got his mark and he wasn't about to die.
Yeah, Tanjiro did, but not Tengen. Because Tengen slowed down his heartbeat and then stayed there listening, like devising a plan type shit.
Using his ninja background and staying calm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we taking Rengoku off Fraud Watch. Rest in peace, shorty. All right. Last. I'm not about to say, but not least, because I hate this nigga with a passion.
For what?
Enel or Inaru from One Piece. The community notes on this one: lost to base Luffy without any awakening or haki. Luffy was able to keep up with his speed at where he was at that time in the story. Was compared and considered to be above admiral level, but was packed up once he fought Luffy. And Luffy didn't have any gears, no haki, no nothing. Just packed him up. So is he now a fraud? Kenny's going no. Kenny, start us off. Why is he not a fraud?
He lost to science. He didn't lose to Luffy. He lost to science.
Science.
If this man was about to destroy a whole island, he's about to blow it up.
Facts.
That's a power scale.
If you a god,
blow up an island.
If
the original mother flame.
If you are a god made entirely of lightning and you know what your weakness is, shouldn't you find something to combat that?
Come on, bro. Did he find it out?
He didn't have a scouting report. He's not Batman.
But I'm lightning. I know I can lose to rubber.
He didn't know he was rubber.
He did not know.
But I'm saying you have to be, as a god, you have to be ready for any of the possibilities. You need to be ready for any of the possibilities. What are you talking about?
Devil's advocate.
What's the name? What was the name of the tribe that was on Skypiea? What was the name of the tribe?
The Skypians.
The Skypians. So what if they thought one day, let's build a cannon with rubber band balls?
They did.
You know what I mean?
They did it for thousands of years. Why would I expect it now?
Exactly.
You have to expect the unexpected.
I didn't even think they had rubber.
Where's your rubber band ball cannon in case of lightning just comes shooting at you?
You said what?
Where's your rubber suit in case you get struck by lightning?
I got a rubber suit. It's in my closet.
You've been lying.
What do you mean I'm lying? Do you know what's in my closet? I got a rubber suit and I got a whole bunch of rubber bands that I can make rubber band balls
with. Do you
with.
have a bulletproof vest, Carlo?
To answer your question. You said what?
Do you have a bulletproof vest?
Yes, sir. It's in the trunk of my car.
Do you have iron like a knight's gear in case a dragon comes and busts through your window?
It's not specifically a night gear, but I do have an iron sheet.
Do you have a telepathical protector in case radio waves were sent to your head? Some shit.
You said a what?
A telepathical headset, some shit like that to protect your head.
That one's on my mom's crib.
Fuck out of here.
Do you have antidote in case the zombie apocalypse happens?
Yep, it's in my nurse's nightstand.
I hate Carlo with the passion, but no, he's not a fraud.
I was about to say,
going against anybody else at that point, and there was no diffing.
Okay, Kenny's going no. Malik,
I'm going hell no. Nigga only lost to science, and on top of that, he was so confused that somebody else was made out of something else that he didn't even know about. Because Devil Fruits was not even like fully known up there. So to him, it was just completely crazy. He even took his L and just like, all right, cool, I'm gonna just go to the moon. Y'all niggas got it.
Bro, you're a god. Okay, Bomba, go ahead.
He's not a god. He just ate a devil fruit.
Yeah, he considered himself to be a god.
It was a self-proclaimed god.
If you're a self-proclaimed god, you need to take some fucking W's.
You know, in today's society, if that was to happen, what they would think about him? That they're crazy, Carlo.
Understandable.
But
if he has the power to destroy my island, guess what I'm gonna call him? God.
Okay, see, but you can't give him that feat, and you can't acknowledge that he was not a fraud. If it was anybody else on that island stepping up to they would have gotten packed up. And I think everybody else that stepped up to him got packed up, in fact. And even the quote-unquote deity that these niggas was worshiping tried to fight him, and he handled it. So really, he proved that he was,
remember, he kicked Jesus off the island. Remember the dude they found in the sky before they got to the island?
Yeah.
He kicked him off the island.
That's what I'm saying. But that was quote-unquote God.
All right, so overall,
this nigga thought that, like, it was so unbelievable for him that a person could be rubber that he thought that Luffy was dodging. He was like, "Oh shit, you be moving. Oh, how you dodge that?" Like he was perplexed. Like, this is not possible. That a nigga's just taking that shit. What am I supposed to do against that? Like, every single one of my attacks is just gonna be in the same result. But you go handle him. See what happened.
So overall, even though there's one person that disagrees. Overall, Enel, also known as God Inaru,
Yep.
you are not a fraud.
Wait
You
a
are
second.
off
Wait a
fraud
second.
watch.
You brought up the whole speed argument as well. When
Uh-huh.
we all know that Luffy is faster than Zoro, and Zoro exhibited light speed in the very next arc.
In the next arc of Skypiea.
But Luffy's
Yeah, but they
faster
didn't
than
get
him.
any power up in between.
That's what I'm saying. There was no power up in between. If Zoro hits light speed next arc, Luffy's
What
already
was the light speed feat?
Against Kuma.
Kuma's air bubble. He gave you the explanation that they move at the speed of light as he was shooting them.
Okay.
And Zoro was able to dodge it and everything.
So Zoro's dodging light speed in the very next arc. Luffy's already light speed.
Was that an intentional dodge though, or was that just luck? He just dodged.
It
wrong.
was an intentional battle.
So you're telling me if Kuma was just focused on Zoro's dodging every hit.
No, but that shot was aimed at Zoro. He meant to hit him. And the proof of it was literally the rubble behind him. Like that shit penetrated hella shit. It was powerful.
So in one of our past segments, we had an argument about lightning being fast as hell, and so Luffy himself was able to keep up with Enel, who's a god, who's made of lightning.
Yes,
and he's not a fraud.
Lightning is slower than light. So
okay.
If I'm able to react to light, I can react to your attack.
Okay. Hey, Enel's off fraud watch. I do not agree. Ever. Won't ever.
I do disagree that he's on par with the Admirals, because the Admirals have hockey on top of their devil fruit. So I think that's completely.
He does have some hockey too, though. He does.
If I kind of or Akiji catch that man, it's raps.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he has all forms of hockey, but he does also at least have observation.
I'm just saying a man that can that can destroy a literal island, the whole island, got beat by the most basic Luffy I've seen in the show. But that's just me. Y'all are saying he's not a fraud.
You can't beat. It's like
but he's got any rule.
Do you want me to?
And actually, Crocodile was an honorable mention on this list, but I did not include him.
I have a very.
You had a better shot doing that.
The argument.
You said what?
If you go to the nearest train station, there is a rail that says "Danger, don't touch." You can put a boot that's made of plastic and put it on there and be cool, and then proceed to touch it with your hands afterwards. Tell me how that feels. I don't think you'll be able to tell me, but you should just see.
Enel's a fraud. So on our list, the frauds that we got: Sasuke's a fraud, Vegeta's a fraud, Sukuna's a fraud.
Shinji was a fraud too.
Shinji's a fraud. Mihawk is not a fraud. Byakuya is not a fraud. Neji, not a fraud. All for one, 50-50. Rengoku, not a fraud. And God Inaru, by majority, not a fraud.
So my thing is, it seems like if you talk shit and lose, that just makes you a fraud. That's where it comes down to.
No, that's not it. That's
what our list is.
This man lost to one of the weakest Luffy's in One Piece, but hey, and you're a god that could destroy islands. Not even getting there. But this has been Fraud Watch by the same convo. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, send us to your friends and families. Make sure you go mess with us on Discord. We're going live sometimes. One of our other TSC members is gotten into the Pokemon card game, and she's been opening a lot of rare packs. So go check those out on our TikTok lives. Me and Kenny be on the gaming channels. So we got a lot of content coming out. Just make sure y'all mess with us, man. We're constantly growing. This has been the same convo. Send us to your grandma, and we out of here.